Hello and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sport. And there has been an update to the SAA squad ahead of their second match against Bristol, which will take place this week, Thursday. And some people will say it's a very bad squad update or poor news. I think it's actually very good news because basically what has happened, well, not good news from the injury front, but there is a player has been sent to the sent home and a player has dropped down from the SAA squad to replace him as a result. But before we sort of go exactly what it might mean and sort of what we could maybe expect to see on Thursday, please do smash like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Now, a press release was issued this morning confirming that Sasha FEINBERG-MNGOMEZULU will travel to Bristol with SAA coach Zwandile Stick and link up with the SAA squad ahead of their match against Bristol on Thursday. And this is to replace Apple Fassi, who has had an ankle injury which is set to rule him out for 6 to 8 weeks. So for Sharks fans, very bad news. They will not have Fassi for the rest of the year. Will only be back in sort of January, February, which, given the fact that there's Champions or Heineken Cup games coming up, is a very big blow to Sharks. However, the reason I say it's good news is because last week, Sasha FEINBERG-MNGOMEZULU was not available to the box because he did pick up an injury in training. So the fact that he is traveling to England with the stick would sort of obviously confirm that he is back and he is fit and will hopefully then play this weekend. And interesting because, we talked about the fact that, the box might look to try and cap him this sort of this alternation series, try and sort of make time down to South Africa. And given the fact that this would have been the game, I think against Italy. But so the fact that he will be playing for the SAA sort of rules him out of contention for the Springbok squad. What will be quite interesting, for example, is we look at certain Springbok players, for example, Thomas Atoy, Jason Jenkins. We have actually got no confirmation whether those players are back with the box, whether they're going to be back with the SAA squad. We'll obviously have confirmation on Monday. But for example, someone like Jason Jenkins could very well be, set to be called into the box this weekend. He wasn't named in the SAA squad. He was a drop down. Yeah, as I said, from a good news perspective, it looks like we will see FEINBERG-MNGOMEZULU play on Thursday, and I think that's going to be quite exciting and very interesting to sort of see if he starts or if he's on the bench. And I'm hoping we will see a couple of changes to this SAA squad. I'd like to see, for example, new off-back pairing. I think Ocean Yanks was pretty poor, so I'd like to see them give Scott Williams a go. I'd like to see John Lombard get some more minutes. Yeah, so I think there will be a couple of changes. I'm hoping there'll be a couple of changes because I think this is the whole point of the SAA squad, is to try and get them exposure, and you can't give players exposure if they're only coming on for 10 minutes towards the end, really. So for example, whilst Manie Libbok is officially a Springbok, didn't get much to do. And look, the situation, I think it's harsh to criticize the coaching staff for saying that he didn't really get a good chance given the situation. A red card, scrambling, and then a yellow card as well. It was probably the worst possible situation to be trying to bring a debut in, especially at fly half, such a key position. So I'm hoping that we will see Manie back on the bench this weekend for Italy, or maybe even start. I'll be surprised if he starts, but I'm hoping that we will see him on the bench and that he will get sort of 20 to 30 minutes coming up. I think he deserves it. But yeah, I think it is going to be a very interesting squad announcement tomorrow from an SAA perspective, and hopefully they really bounce back this week because it was not a particularly good performance. And as I said, I think there are lots of reasons and contributing factors towards why the performance was so bad from the SAA side, but it wasn't good. And we don't expect to lose a game against the club side, from a national perspective, but shit happens. And hopefully, as I said, so it's important for them to sort of to bounce back. So we will have official confirmation of the squad that it is being announced tomorrow, and the Springbok squad will be announced on Tuesday. So we will sort of know exactly what's happening. Lots of very interesting course to make. Obviously, Peter Toy expected to miss the remainder of the series due to being banned, and that opens up spaces. And also, we have to sort of wait and see what the injury assessments are. For example, Chesson Colby went off for an HIA, so I don't expect him to play this weekend. So I think there'll be, I think we'll see potentially Pimpy back in the starting lineup. Kurt Lawrence back to sort of 14. And we don't know what the other injuries could potentially be. Bongi Manami, for example, also took a bit of a knock. The fact he came on would indicate that he's all right. But sometimes there are sort of other factors that can come in later on in the game. So we will have sort of more confirmation of that tomorrow. Let me know what you think, though. Are you excited to see FEINBERG-MNGOMEZULU? Where would you like to see him play? A lot of people talking about that he's our solution at fly half, and yet he's actually never played a single minute at fly half at this level. Not even sort of during the game switching to fly half. He's only played at inside center at a senior level. So Yeah, very big backing to say he's the solution of fly half when he actually is yet to play that position. But he is a fly half. He does see himself as a fly half. He does very much want to wear number 10 in the future. Please do smash like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steven. I'll chat to you soon.